بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي الحمد لله رب العالمين. Inshallah, today we are continuing from where we stopped in the previous lesson. Chapter 14. So chapter 14 is Babul Badal. Babul Badal. We are going to look at Badal. Al-Badal. Al-Badal, the closest word to it in English is what we term as a substitute. A what? A substitute. A substitute. Example. If I say, Mr. Muhammad, the doctor came here. Mr. Muhammad, the doctor came here. The Mr. Muhammad and the doctor, the word Mr. Muhammad and doctor, are they referring to the same person? Yes. So Mr. Muhammad, the doctor, came here. So I could have just simply used one of them. So meaning that Mr. Muhammad and then doctor are the same person. It's just that I am adding doctor to make further clarification. I hope that is clear, because there may be a lot of Mr. Muhammads. So if I say Mr. Muhammad came here, maybe assuming that a lot of the one you are speaking to, he knew or he knows a lot of Mr. Muhammads. So he may not be clear specifically who you are talking about. So but if you see Mr. Muhammad, the doctor came here, you have now further narrowed down the ambiguity. So it is now clear here. So adding the doctor, in Arabic we call it badal. A badal is something that comes for further emphasis, but at the end of the day, those two things are referring to the same person. So that is badal. I hope that is clear. We call it a substitute, meaning that if you remove it, the sentence still make meaning. I mean, I didn't say Mr. Muhammad, the doctor came here, and I just said Mr. Muhammad came here. The sentence makes meaning. It makes meaning, but adding the doctor further makes it clear. I hope that is clear. But removing one of them, if I say remove Mr. Muhammad or I remove the doctor, the sentence still makes meaning. So in other words, they are substitutes of one another. They are just talking about the same person. So that's what them as badal. But let's look at how the Sheikh explained it here. But that's just a basic explanation. He says that al-badal إذا أبدل اسم, when a noun is replaced by another noun أو فعل or verb أو فعل من فعل تبعه في جميع إعرابه. So he didn't explain, he's just saying that they follow one another in Arab. I hope that is clear, and that's true. That is true, they follow one another in Arab. So he's saying that if a noun is substituted with the other, like the example I gave you, the Mr. Muhammad and the doctor. Okay, Mr. Muhammad, the doctor came here. Mr. Muhammad and the doctor, they are the same person, just that they come for further emphasis. But so he's saying that in Arabic language, if one of the words is having a particular, the first, especially the first word, is having a particular Arab, the second word that you put for further emphasis, for further clarification, it must have the same Arab. So if the first one is majroor, as you say Mr. Muhammad, so in Arabic I will say Sayyidu Muhammad, Mr. Muhammad. At-tabibu ja'a huna, Mr. Muhammad, the doctor came here. So Sayyidu Muhammad at-tabibu. So Sayyid Muhammad, Mr. Muhammad, and then at-tabibu, they must have the same Arab. If Sayyid Muhammad is mansub, at-tabibu should be mansub. If Sayyid Muhammad is marfu, at-tabibu should be marfu. If Sayyid Muhammad is majroor, at-tabibu should be majroor. So that's what the Sheikh is saying here. في جميع إعرابه وهو أربعة أقسام, and it is in 4 categories or 4 classifications. So al-badal, we have 4 divisions of al-badal. Yes, and it is so in Arabic language there are 4 types of badal. So he's going to mention them. The first one we have badal shay min shay. Okay, badal shay'in min shay'in, or we see kullun min al-kull, kull min al-kull, or shay'un min al-shay. They are both the same. Then the second one, al-badal ba'd min al-kull. The second one is ba'd min al-kull. Don't worry, we'll look at all this, what they mean. Then the third one, Badalu ishtimal, we have badalu ishtimal, you can see it here. Then the fourth one, wa badalu galat, and then the badalu galat. Now let's look at them one after the other. What does it mean? If we say badalu shay min shay, meaning that it is complete substitution. Kullun min al-kull, that's the other name for it. Shay'un min al-shay, or kullun min al-kull is another name for it, meaning that it is total substitution. Let me give you an example here. See here. These are examples. So the first one, I'm talking about the kullun min al-kull. If I say ja'a zaydun akhuka, or the example I give you, ja'a sayyidu Muhammad at-tabibu, Mr. Muhammad the doctor came here. So Mr. Muhammad, Sayyidu Muhammad at-tabibu. You can see it's the same thing. It's not a part of the thing. For you to understand it, let me give you the second example, and you see we have to explain the second type so that you understand the first type, because it will help us. So look at the second one. So just pause for the first one. Let's look at the second one. Badalu ba'd min al-kull. So ba'd means part. Min al-kull, of all. So part of it. It's not all. It's total substitution. It's a part substitution. Example, akeltu ragifa sulusahu. I ate the bread, 1/3 of it. So akeltu ragifa. I ate the bread. Sulusahu. This sulusahu is a badal. It's a substitute, because sulusahu and then aragifa is talking about the same thing. They are the same thing, just that the sulusahu is a part of the bread. It's not a total substitution. But if as soon as I say akeltu ragifa kullahu, it means total. That is total substitution. You ate all of it. So the kullahu and then the ragifa, they are the same thing. They are, absolutely the same thing. But if you say akeltu ragifa nisfahu, I ate the bread, half of it, it's not a total substitution. The nisfahu is a part of the ragif, so we call it ba'd min al-kull. But if the thing you are substituting and then the substitutor is all the same, we call it kull min al-kull. Like the example I give you, I care to ragifa kullahu, I ate the ragif, the bread, all of it. So the all of it and then the bread is the same thing. It's not part of it. I hope that is clear. So ja'a zaydun akhuka. Zayd, your brother, came here. Zayd, your brother, came here. So akhuka and then Zayd is total substitution. I hope that is clear. So call it kull min al-kull. I hope that is clear. Okay, then the third one is badalu ishtimal. Badalu ishtimal. And that one comes for something that is not physical. I hope that is clear. Something that is not physical. Example, a feature of something. If you substitute someone by his feature, example, if you say أعجبني الطالب خلقه, the student amazed me. أعجبني الطالب خلقه. خلق is characters. So his character, the student amazed me, his character. Or I was amazed by the student, his character. So his character and the student, it is a substitute because they are both referring to the same thing. But the substitute, the hulukuhu, is not, it's a feature of the student. I hope that is clear. It's something that's not physical. So that's what we term as badalu istimal. Look at here. Example. This is another example. Nafani Zaydun. Zayd benefited me. Ilmuhu, his knowledge. I could have simply said Nafa'ani Zaydun, and I'll stop there. But I further added ilmuhu to make further clarification. I hope that is clear. So they are badal, they are substitute. But is it something physical? No. It is a feature of Zayd that benefited me. So when a feature is used as a substitute of another thing, we call it badal ishtimal. It's something that's not physical, a feature that is not physical. I hope that is clear. That is badal al-ishtimal. Or you see, I like the student, his character. His character and then the student, they are both talking about the same thing. It comes for further clarification, but the character is a feature of the student. So that's badal al-ishtimal. Then the last one, badal galat. Galat in Arabic means mistake. Mistake. So when you make mistake and then you correct yourself, we call it badal al galat. Example, I saw Muhammad, Zaid. So that is a mistake I've made. Assuming I was to see Zaid, and I mistakenly mentioned Muhammad, so I say Ra'aytu Muhammad, Zaid. So what I've just said, I made a mistake in the name, and then I corrected myself and I mentioned another name. So that is badal, is a substitute. You have substituted one name with the other, but it is mistakenly. So we call it badal al-ghalat. Example, Ra'aytu Zaidan al-farasa. Ra'aytu Zaidan al-farasa. So it's not intentionally written like this. No one will write something like this. It's mostly in loves, in speaking. When you are speaking, that you mistakenly mention one name that you were not supposed to mention. Then you mention another name, the correct name. So the first one is a mistake. So you have substituted it with another one, but it is out of mistake. Of course, if it is writing, you simply cancel it. Oh, yes, very funny. So that is Badal Galat. I hope that is clear. Okay, so that is what the Sheikh mentioned here. He just mentioned the examples. Kul min al kul, ba'd min. So that's the types of badal that we have. Kul min al kul, total substitution. Then ba'd min al kul, part of substitution. It's not total substitution. Then badal al ishtimal. Badal ishtimal is when the thing is something, not a physical feature. Okay, a feature of something, you substitute a feature of something with it. Example, the student benefited me, okay, or I like the student, his character. So his character is, and then the students, they are the same thing, they are talking about the same thing, and they are substitute of one another, but just that the character is something, is a feature of the student. How that is clear. Then badal al-galat comes when you make a mistake in speaking. You mention one name and then you quickly mention a different name. Okay, so that's substituted a wrong name with another name. And so that is the bab of badal